dang. You know what? I'm sick of this. Hey, y'all. I dropped the damn phone. Whoops, I'm doing well, Glenn. Hold on, I'm trying to put this phone on this car mount. Oh, this cheap ass car mount keeps falling off the window. All right, hold on. Let me pull to the side. Okay, as y'all can see from the title, day number 2. Put this dang car mount. Okay, as y'all can see, day number 2. Good morning, everyone. Who's on here? I know Yvette's on here. Lynn, Fee. It's 7 of y'all, but what the hell? You know, I'm really getting sick of this dang car mount. Ugh. Okay. All right. Oh, okay. The title is Day 2 of my fitness journey. So I'm on my way to the Y around the house to do my it's not really a fitness assessment. What it is that I'll be working with a wellness coach, and they're going to develop a program for me. And what they do is they will give you a program in terms of your goals, and then they will give you a program, and they'll give you like a time frame. Like every 4 weeks, I check back with them, and then when you log into this system with your code, and you track everything what you do. So when I work out, I go to track what cardio I've done, and it will pretty much keep track of your exercise program. So, and then after about 4 weeks or so, I come back. They, all right, I'm sick of this. Sick of this thing phone. Car mount. Ugh. And this is the original. This is I already. I don't know why I didn't take the one that was um replaced. So anyway, so that's what they'll do. So today I will probably be doing, not probably, I will be doing weight training with the machines, do weight training because as you see yesterday, I need to increase more muscle mass and burn off fat. So I'll do a combination of cardio and weight training. Now, weight training is really important because that's the more muscle you have, the more fat you burn. Now I know a lot of people they make this statement, which it kind of makes me cringe because it's like people would say muscle weighs more than fat. No, 20 pounds of muscle and 20 pounds of feathers is the same. It weighs the same. The difference between muscles and fat is that fat. Good morning, Seattle driver. See, the difference between muscle and fat, if it weighs the same, it weighs the same. 20 pounds is 20 pounds. But the difference is that if you have 20 pounds of body fat, it takes up more space. It looks bigger. It's like this. Whereas if you have 20 pounds of muscle, it's like this. It's smaller. So it's not muscle weighs more than fat. That's not true. Muscle metabolizes fat. So that's why when you see people who are, say you're an apple shape, you got a round shape. and you got more fat on your body, you're gonna be nothing more than a fat apple. But if you was to put more muscle and burn off that fat, hey, you know. So I think a lot of times we hear that muscle weighs more than fat, No, if I gain more muscle in my body and I have more muscles, and it's gonna burn off that body fat. And having more muscle prevents loose skin. I know some people say, "Oh, you have a lot of loose skin." The reason why people have a lot of loose skin is because they have no muscle. All they're doing is aerobics. You ever heard of the term skinny fat? Skinny fat is like you look skinny, but you have a lot of body fat and you look flabby. That's what that is. And I'm not saying, oh, you think you know it all. Some people always trying to, debate. But I've hired in the last 3 years, I would say 4 years or so, I've worked with a lot of trainers and nutritionists. And, sometimes you have to get professional advice. Don't hear stuff on the street. And I know a lot of people would, say, oh, I drank apple cider vinegar every day and I lost weight. No, you didn't lose weight because you drank apple cider vinegar. You lost weight because you're not eating. And if you just eating one meal a day, you're going to lose the weight, but you're not going to sustain it. So I'd rather be healthy and do it slowly and the better way, because that's what's going to make you look healthy. I'm so glad they finally decided to take these damn plates out the damn road. Oh, Jesus. Let me show y'all. Look at this. I don't know if y'all can see that. Y'all see this? Look at that. They've been installing this water line, which is supposed to be like a, what is it, $1 million project, millions. And every day I drive down this, not every day, but I drive down this road, and they've been having these plates for like 6, 7 months. I'm like, when the hell are they gonna finish? So they finally decided to take those plates out the road and pave it. Oh, thank goodness. Now they're just gonna be going all the way down. This will be miles and miles and miles of improvement. So I'm happy doing it. But dang, how long y'all gonna keep that in the dang road? Good morning, Dorian. But anyways, so this is day 2 of my fitness journey. So my appointment is at 10:30. So I'll be working with this fitness coach. Her name. Hey, Dilly, there, everybody. Everyone who joined me since. I got a bad connection when I'm over around here on this road. But anyway, so I'm not gonna do in the pool. I'm not today, so I'm gonna go and do weight training, and I'm gonna do some cardio. And then during the week, later on in the week, I'm going to some other locations at the other WY. Oh, look at all this gravel on the road. Oh, God. What's going on over here? What is this? Sometimes, you appreciate improvements that this county does or try to do, but sometimes, look at that. Sometimes I just think they need a better plan and inform. I hope they fix these roads once they finish this water line patching up the road. You know, they do a piece of a road. You know, they patch up little pieces and leave the rest raggedy. So, because this road truly needs to be paved. I guess if it was election time again, they'll do it. That's the only time something happens. When it's time for them to get elected, then all of a sudden they want to do all these fixing roads and improvements. But if it's not election year, they'll drag it on for about 4 years and don't do anything. But when it's time for a re-election to come, that's when they want to do something. But yep, so I'm going to do cardio and I'm going to do weight training. And then on some other days, at some other Y locations, they got some very interesting classes. They got water Zumba. One location they got it's like a kickboxing dance fusion class. You go do kickboxing and dancing at the same time. There's a lot of interesting courses. A lot of classes I see at the Y they got. Of course, you know, they got Pilates, yoga. What else they got that I want to do? Cycling, of course. I'm going to do cycling again. Cycling is very good. I'm going to have to dust off my cycling shoes, do cycling, and I need to focus on classes that do weight training. So I'm going to do that. But most of those classes are in the afternoon, so I'm going to have to switch up on some of my routines. And I think what I'm going to do is, you know, as some of y'all may know, I decided to do Panera and that TurboTax crap. Let me tell you, that's another story. That took way up too much of my time. I was sitting at the desk for like 14, 15 hours a day just to get paid for 6 and 7. And I was like, damn, I could have been working on all these times when I'm sitting here at this desk not getting phone calls. And then they didn't even pay me. I had invoiced them twice, and I have not gotten paid once. So I just, you know, I'm not saying Live Ops is not legit, but if that's how they play, I worked for them January and I won't get paid till February, and I'm supposed to have gotten paid last week, and there's no way to communicate with them at all. You know, I said, you know, I'm so tired of working for companies that just scams, you know, or they don't have their stuff in order, and then, you know, I'm glad I didn't have to invest money initially directly with them. Because there's some companies out there, work from home companies. It's not like there's one other company. I'm not gonna say what it is, but I'm gonna make another video about it. But they want you to be an IBO, and the business owner who has the mini call center working from home, the company will pay $19 an hour, and they'll take $5 from you, and and for you to work from home, and you have to pay for training. I'm like, who pays? Now I could see to some extent, maybe you paying to use up the technology or the service, but to pay for classes just to work for them, I don't know about that. That something don't seem right to me about that. But anyway, that's not what my video is supposed to be about. And also, I will be resuming my where am I park? I was trying not to. You know what? Let me not be lazy. Park away from the Y so I could get my steps in. Get my steps in. I drove around this dang parking lot Trying to find someplace not so much closer, but someplace where it's not so far away from the building. Man, we parked right here. Drove around just to come back to this park right over here. But anyways, I'm not gonna be able to film my exercise routine or nothing because I don't know if they allow you to do that at the gym. At least not at the Y. I mean, they can let you talk on the phone, but I don't know if they'll let you do any type of video filming. And besides, it's going to be hard to film. It's going to be hard to film and exercise at the same time. So, but I'll let y'all know about my progress. Now, let me also give y'all a small little tax tip because I didn't do my tax tips in the last couple weeks. As some of y'all know, y'all should be getting your 1099s pretty soon from all of these ride sharing gigs. And if you didn't make over $5, they're not going to give you one. But if you worked multiple apps and multiple companies, you may still want to report it. So, and another thing is if you qualify for the Earned Income Tax Credit and the Child Tax Credit, that credit's not going to be available until mid-February. So they're going to be holding any type of return if you claim an Earned Income Credit, especially if you're claiming a dependent and child tax credit. So if you have credits like that and you file a return, it's not going to be released. Your refund is not going to be released until after February. So another thing, according to the IRS, a lot of people, and I'm gonna make a video titled specifically to this because I want people to realize and know that a lot of people take care of kids. They may be a grandparent or a relative, and a lot of people may think they don't need to file a tax return, but if you qualify for the Earned Income Tax Credit, which basically is a refundable credit that you could get up to $6,000+, you may qualify for that Earned Income Tax Credit if you are a grandparent and you're taking care of, say, your grandchildren. So, as long as you have income, even if it comes from self-employed income, driving for Uber, Lyft, grocery shopping, any type of income that you earned, you may say, well, I don't make enough money to file, but you may be missing out on some money, and you may qualify for Earned Income Credit. Now, I'm going to make a video about that more in detail, but I just want to include that tip in this video. So, let me go ahead and go to the Y. See, let me show you my little ID card. See, look. And I got the nerve to wear the same shirt that I wore a couple of days ago with the hat on. But I got to get all of this off. Look at all this. My face is so puffy. Woo. So, in my weight loss journey, me and another person, our birthdays are the same. I don't want to tell their business if they want to tell it on the live stream. My goal is to lose 50 pounds for my 50th birthday by the time November 18th rolls around, which is my birthday. So I have 11 months and about, 2 weeks? 11 months and about 2 weeks to lose 50 pounds before my 50th birthday. Now, I've always said this is a weight loss journey. This is not something I'm doing just for my birthday. I'm not doing it just to get on a, just to be look fine on a cruise. Even though, yeah, I want to do that, but it's more beyond just losing weight for my birthday. It's about being healthy as I enter the fifth decade of my life. You know, we all know one day, we don't know our number, but one day we're going to leave this earth and be in eternity. Now, whether it's heaven, hell, or whatever you believe in, we are here on this earth for just a blink of an eye. And if I ever would have thought that this year, in 2018, a time will come when I'll be 50 years old. I remember when I was young. I remember being a little girl in South Carolina, going back to New York, sitting in the back of a car crying into a cup of Coca Cola because I was leaving my grandparents and my aunts to go and be raised by my parents. I remember going to South Carolina, running in the fields and, picking cucumbers and tomatoes and working in the tobacco fields along my grandparents and all of my relatives and cousins and playing. It's like you remember milestone things. You know, my grandparents coming to my high school graduation, you know, junior high school, and, all of those things throughout stages of my life. And to reach 50 this year, I haven't reached it yet, but it's like time flew in your life. One day you're like 13, 16, 18, 21, 25, 30. You know, I remember even when I turned 40, I was like, ooh, I'm 40 years old. And I went to New York um, right around Thanksgiving. And I had turned 40. I have a picture of that too. It's on my Facebook page. And I remember when I reached 40, I was reflecting back on things that I had no privilege to do, like having children. I was thinking when I had turned 40, I was like, oh, it's too late. I can't have any kids at 40. I'm too old. And then I had a cousin. She turned 40. What was it? She had turned 40, and she's 44, 45 now. How old is my cousin? She's about 42, 43, 44, something, whatever old she is. I don't know. I can't remember. And she wanted a child. Now, yeah, she was a lesbian, and she was like, did artificial insemination. I was like, I could never do that. I could never. I said, mm-mm. I just felt, oh, a child needs to have, not say a father per se, but even if you had a child and it was unplanned and people have kids and whatever the circumstances, a lot of single mothers particularly, they struggle and the father or whomever, the baby daddy, or whatever they want to call them, sperm donor in some cases, the people, one of my biggest things or regrets was not having children. Now, I was pregnant when I was, younger, in my 20s or so, but that's something I really don't want to bring back because it was such a painful um, time of my life. But I went through a lot in my life. I really have. I know a lot of people like to say, you start to tell your struggle, people like to say, well, everybody go through that. It's like they dismiss what you're saying rather than just saying, well, everybody go through that. I don't like when people do that. If someone's telling you their story or their testimony, don't put it up there and group it up with with everybody, because everybody don't go through the same thing. Everybody don't go through the same problems or the same struggle. Everyone has struggle, but don't group it up and say, "Oh, well, everybody going through something like that." No, you don't. You don't know that. Everybody's going through something, but sometimes people need to just be an ear and not be so dismissive about everybody going through that. Everybody lost. Everybody's journey is not the same. Everybody's testimony is not to be tested and be told. But anyway, you know, but that's one of my things is about not living in regret. I think I've gone through that a lot. Is that I always felt some sort of regret. And I think that has to relate to me holding on to my health, my weight loss. I know how to exercise. I know how to eat healthy. I know if I was to put um in terms of eating healthy, exercise, making sure I drink plenty of water and doing all those things and controlling stress and doing all those things, I'll be healthy. But we have to go and find you have to find our reason of we got to go and find our reason why. What's the why? Why are you wanting to be healthy? You know? And it's not about physical health, physical weight, dropping off the weight. It's not about that. It's beyond that. Maybe it's like I said, maybe I've gone through my weight loss. I could pinpoint a time when I had gained my weight. When I started, I've been healthy all of my life. I was a skinny child. I'll show y'all some pictures once I figure out how to do some editing and show y'all various pictures of myself. And y'all gonna be like, girl, that's Teresa. And I was healthy in my 20s, you know, most of my 30s, but it was a certain point where I was carrying a lot of guilt. I don't want to say guilt, regrets, feeling sorry for myself because I didn't achieve certain level in my life, or part of it is maybe loneliness, accepting, or maybe I felt that I wasn't worthy of some good things. Maybe it was self punishment, self sabotage, you know. So I said to myself, God gave me this life and gave me a purpose, and I can't swallow. I can't make sure I keep track of my time. Let me see. Oops, I got 4 minutes to go in there. So I can't um waste it. God gave us life and purpose, and if you was to waste your, you squander your talents, or you squander your body by ruining it, and not treating it as a temple. It says God said that your body's a temple. And if you don't treat it as that, God gave you life and you squander it, because God gave us choice and free will. I really do believe that. You know? So if I choose to ruin my body by um causing it new stress, getting myself angry over things I can't control. I can't control things what people do around me, passing me. I need to stop that. I really do. I need to stop that. What the fuck? People pass, and I can't, because I can feel it right in my heart. Sometimes I can feel it, and I'm like, if you don't take control of that, I'm gonna get a damn stroke, and I need to stop putting things in words. I'll get a stroke if people, I need to stop. Words have power. You know, words have power, and I also need not to let people put their bad thoughts on me. Now, Some of y'all, hear me talk about my mother and my grandparents, my mother and my grandmother. But that's a whole new story. And I'm going to make a video of a story time. I'm going to start doing that story time of situations. But for the longest time, my mother had let the bad words of my grandmother affected her. And it also affected her children, which is me and my sister. But I guess God has turned my mother's life around, and whatever bitterness and hurt that she had expressed, I finally kind of knew. And I found this out probably within not last year, but the year before last, and earlier, 2 Christmases ago. And I love my grandmother, but sometimes she could be very negative. And I would always say, well, dang, where did I get that critical spirit from? Let me go. Oops. And sometimes we inherit things from relatives, parents, habits. And you may not even realize that you pick up some habits from people, even people you love. You pick up things from people you even love. Ooh, that water was good. Let me finish drinking this. This needs to be way more water than this little bitty water. So sometimes you pick up very bad habits from even loved ones. But you know what? It's my choice to change. So I'm not going to say I'm a be perfect, because no one's perfect. It's not perfect. That's not the word I'm looking for. It's not about and why I got my gas thing open. It's not about being perfect or saying, "Ooh, I'm never going to curse," or it's not about I'm never going to curse, or I'm not going to hold on, I'm trying to put this in the trunk because I don't need to carry all this stuff with me. Put my pouch. It's about being a better you. And knowing your weaknesses and your strengths. Sometimes I have to know what my weaknesses are. My weaknesses and my strengths, and what I'm not good at doing. I know I am not good at sitting in a cubicle, sitting on the phone all day, talking to people on the phone, especially doing customer service on the phone. Because I could get calls, and 25, 30, 40, 50 calls. Y'all have keys to the... Yeah.
Check with I'm not real sure. Check with Teresa right there.
Okay, my name's Teresa too, so. All right. Thank you. Hello. Fine. Okay, y'all, gotta go. Yep.
I'm Teresa too, right?
Yeah, but...
You had a long time ago.